Hello guys and welcome back to our channel Barca Admirers for yet another video comprising all the latest news updates and transfers roundup related to Barcelona. In this episode, we have some explosive comments made by an ex-Barca player about RONALD KOEMAN, but several reports suggest that despite everything, he may stay at the club for another year. Meanwhile, two talented young players are expected to arrive in 2022. And one of them is eager to return, while the comeback dates of two important injured players are reported along with many more such updates. So make sure to watch this video till the very end without skipping over any part. Now before we begin, a small shout out to OneFootball. If you are a football fan and want to stay updated about the plethora of latest news coming up in the vast world of football, then OneFootball is the best app for you. Be it the latest news updates, transfer rumors or update about club or international football, OneFootball has got it all covered. It is completely free to use and its biggest perk is that it gives you real-time match updates whenever a game is being played out, and whenever there's a major incident in the game, you will be notified by the app. You can select your favorite club and it will suggest you personalized articles. In my case, it's definitely Barcelona. Be it game statistics, current form of your team or individual performances of your players, you get it all. La Liga, Champions League, English Premier League, Serie A, World Cup, Bundesliga, League One, MLS or AFC Champions League, everything you want, it's here. So go ahead, check it out. Link to download the app is given in the description of this video. Going to the next news update, Spanish news publication Diario AS reports that Ansu Fati will not play against either Sevilla or Bayern Munich. All eyes are set on the game against Granada on September 19th for the youngster's possible return. Reporting on the same issue, Mundo Deportivo states that Fati will not make his return to the pitch until after the match against Bayern Munich. Absolutely no risks will be taken with such an important player to the team. The reason primarily is that the 18-year-old has not played a single match for 10 months and the club preferred to preserve him for the less intense matches for the remainder of the month. The matches against Granada, Cadiz, Levante and Benfica are the most favorable ones. Goal, however, has guaranteed everyone that Fati will indeed return to the lineup to play against Granada on the 19th of September. Moving on to the next news update, we have a report by Spanish publication Mundo Deportivo. It states that Samuel Umtiti asked for a meeting in mid-August to explain himself and to give his version of the situation. The beginning of the meeting was intense. Umtiti has character, but Laporta pressured him a lot. The defender then pointed out the medical services of the club and said that they really were not enough for him to recover. The player explained that the medical services never really hit the nail on the head regarding his injury. Umtiti also informed the club leaders that he has been working with a personal trainer all summer long and asked for one more chance to prove himself. As per the reports, the trio of Laporta, Yuste and Alemany listened carefully to his explanations, and when he finished, the president told him that he believed him and that he was convinced that he deserved a new chance. Umtiti started to cry and Laporta also gave him a hug. Laporta also told the player that he would talk to Koeman to make him sensitive to his situation. Now it's up to the Frenchman to earn the minutes by convincing the manager. Reporting on the same issue, top-tier journalist Alfredo Martinez claims that from the club, Barcelona has explained that Umtiti called them to clarify his situation. After listening to him, Joan Laporta apologized on part of the club, and on hearing this, Umtiti started crying with joy. The only problem now, however, is that Koeman still does not count on him. Speaking about the situation of RONALD KOEMAN, Spanish outlet Sport reports that Barcelona have absolute confidence in Koeman. Barca think that Koeman is the ideal coach for this season and hopes that he can be successful in charge of a project aiming for a strong future. The idea is that he will stay another year after this one at least. Up next, Mundo Deportivo reports that Luuk de Jong's presentation will take place in the next week. The report further states that besides signing new players, Barcelona's next big objective is to realize the contract renewals of Ousmane Dembele, Ansu Fati and Pedri Gonzalez. Dembele's case is a high priority one since his contract expires in 2022. Going to the next news update, Catalan journalist Miguel Blasquez reports that since taking office, Laporta and his board have facilitated the exits of 15 players from the first team, including 3 of the top wage earners. Going to the next one, we have the explosive comments made by recently transferred Barcelona player Miralem Pjanic. In his latest interview, he said that his situation at Barca was complicated from the very beginning. He arrived 2 weeks late due to COVID. He trained alone to get fit, and 10 days went by and the coach never came to tell him what he thought of the season, of him, or simply to introduce or speak to him. However, it was early at the team, so he was relaxed, he was working hard and he was fighting to play and go in with the team. But then again, he definitely wanted to play more, but Koeman was not using him. He was using him irregularly in those matches. It definitely was good to play those games, but of course, he said that he wanted to play more and give more to the team. Pjanic said that he is a player who always wants to give the maximum and to give more and more to the team. At a point, he was playing less and things got complicated. So when he did play, it was difficult physically and mentally to be well because it killed his confidence because he simply did not have enough communication with the manager. The Bosnian said that it was a very strange experience. A coach is usually the one who says who plays and who doesn't. However, there are different ways to do things. He is a player who can accept everything, but he would like to be told things face to face. He insisted that he tried and fought till the end. He has always been professional with the lads and always working to be well and also for them so that they could prepare well for the games. He knew that if he had to stay at Barca, he had to find a solution. To this day, however, he still does not know what exactly happened. Koeman did not try to explain things to him or find solutions. It was him who was always asking Koeman what he wanted from him, from the position, what he is doing right or wrong to know and adapt quicker to the team and be useful. Pjanic further said that in a long season at the end, you need 17 to 18 fit players to win titles. But for Koeman, there were no problems in his game. He simply did not give him the answers that he wanted. Time had passed, the situation was getting worse, but definitely for no reason at all. Pjanic insisted that he was being a professional and he was behaving very well inside the club. It's a very difficult thing to understand. There were many people inside Barcelona and none of them understood what was happening. According to a report published by Mundo Deportivo, however, Koeman valued all the qualities of Pjanic at all times, but for him, his style of play did not adapt to that of Barcelona. The coach considers that Barca's pivot should defend very high up on the pitch, while the Bosnian defended too far from behind. In one of the recently published reports, Spanish outlet Marca portrayed Miralem Pjanic as another victim of Busquets. It said that the Catalan midfielder has not given away his position in the team since he made his debut back in 2008. Mascherano, Alex Song, Sergi Semper, Oriol Busquets and perhaps even De Jong have not succeeded in winning the position for themselves. Next up, Spanish outlet Sport reports that of all the Barcelona B players, RONALD KOEMAN has decided to register Gavi, Alejandro Balde and Nico Gonzalez for the Champions League in this season. It should be remembered, however, that Yusuf Demir is already an official first-team player and therefore needs no special registering. Up next, we have the comments of RONALD KOEMAN's friend, journalist Luis Canot. In his latest interview, he said that the worst thing that they can do for a talented kid like Riqui Puig is to play him minutes after a request from President Joan Laporta himself. For the next news update, Sport reports that Antoine Griezmann was paid a signing bonus despite the fact that Barca paid his entire release clause in order to get him. In his first year at the club, he earned 17 million euros and in every other season, his increment was 1 million euro. That's all the news we could collect for you today. Now moving on to the transfers section, at number 1, journalist Maria Garridos reports that Dani Olmo will be at Barca in 2022. The player will also significantly lower his salary. Meanwhile, Mundo Deportivo reports that Barca are finalizing the signing of Emre Demir. The club will pay 2 million euros for him, with the youngster set to arrive in 2022. The initial plan for the attacking-minded player is to join the B team and then be promoted to the first team. That's all the news we could collect for you today. If you enjoyed this video, then please subscribe to our channel, press the bell icon, select all and enable all the YouTube app notifications. We have always been overly impressed by your response to our videos. So in this episode, we have decided to set a target of 550 likes. Please Qlers, help us reach our target on this episode as well. Now that's all we have for today's episode. I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next video. Until then, stay safe. Visca el Barça, Visca el Catalunya.